city tonight, man. So I'm really excited. PK, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what's up, brother? What's up?
How's it going, man?
Man, it's another great day in paradise, brother. You know, every time we get together, it's like magical.
Oh man, that sounds good, man. Sounds good. Now you're starting off high already, man. So I'm not gonna take a lot of time, but I do want you to kind of let us know what to expect tonight, man. What we're gonna be in for, man. What's in store? Because I'm excited myself.
Yo, man, it's gonna be amazing. Of course, you know, I've got the On the Move with PK Shakur show that we been doing. The show's kind of set up to shed a little bit of light on the independents, the people that don't have the money or the resources to get themselves out there. It's just a little bit extra added, you know, plus, you know, that I've kind of, you know, committed myself to helping them out. And you don't necessarily have to be a musical artist, you know, any independent or entertainer, you know, if you're a steward in your community, in your neighborhood, you know, and you're doing good, you know, I want to be able, you know, be one of the ones that help kind of, you know, and not only embrace but shed light on that particular person or persons.
That's what's up, man. So you gonna introduce your guests? What we talking about tonight?
Absolutely. What we doing tonight? Of course, I wanted to bring a person that I, you know, think a lot of, a person that I've, you know, highly respect. You know, also a passionate individual, hardworking person. Someone that I met when I first moved to the state of Florida, lovely state of Florida.
Nice.
Big shout out to Florida. Big shout out to Gainesville. Her name is the one and only, of course, you know, Miss Cheryl Lucas. She's in the building here tonight.
Hey.
Of course, I want to kind of back up. I always start my show off with the welcome, welcome, welcome. So it would only be right if I do that. So again, if you guys bear with me and allow me to welcome my guests the proper way, properly, I want to start off by saying welcome, welcome, welcome to the Move with PK Shakur show. I am your host, PK. What I do here is have conversations or dialogues with independents, individuals to embrace not only their independent craft, but to shed light while giving clarity of their purpose. On tonight's show, I will be speaking with one of Gainesville's most inspiring leaders, COO and founder of PR Promo, We Connects, a big contributor to the independent music scene, Miss Cheryl Lucas. Can y'all give a round of applause?
Hey.
Help me out there in the audience. Oh man, that's
Thank
what
you.
I'm talking about.
Thank you.
The hearts are going crazy.
Right?
They are going crazy.
It's not that big.
Man, that is definitely what's up.
Thank you. Thank you. What an introduction. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
Appreciate that. Also want to give a shout out to my dude Jerk. You know, Jerkins for definitely making this possible. He's actually on a similar journey that I am, and Miss Cheryl herself is on as well. We believe in the independence. We believe in the underdog. We believe in, you know, trying to embrace and just play our parts. So it's nothing like being in the building with a, you know, with a group of like-minded individuals. So I'm humbly, you know, grateful as well.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely. Let's just get right into it if you don't mind.
Okay, what you got?
You know, I want to first start off by saying thanks again. Of course,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. If
You know, when you first asked me,
right.
it's like, what I say? No.
You did. I remember that.
It's like, when you want to do an interview, it's like, me? No.
I love
What
that.
about me? It's like nothing about me. You know,
Yes,
and then he
man.
said, okay, about We Connect. It's like, oh, okay. We can talk about something then. Okay, cool.
I love it.
Yeah, so thank you for having me. And I'm on the move with PK Shakur. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a pleasure and an honor to have you in the building. I
Thank you.
was a little. I shouldn't say afraid. I was a little nervous asking you to come on the show because I know how you are. You know, you're one of those people, you know, that just help without asking. You know, without people asking you for help. So it was a privilege, you know, to definitely, you know, seek you, you know, out and just go through the experience whether or not you were gonna say yes or no. Dealing with that. So
That's real.
but Miss Cheryl, I got a question. I wanna start the interview off by asking you, what's an average day like, for you?
Okay, I start off, I get up. Okay, really? See, that's about me. It's about weekend.
Right.
Nothing.
And I appreciate the honesty because I knew the answer to that question. but for the people that are watching this show, of course.
That's so
My
funny.
average day I get up, I do devotion, I have a BLT, and then I do my exercise, I walk. I come back and in the summertime I'm normally cutting grass.
Nice.
That's it, nothing until something come up.
Wow.
So I'm kind of free until something come up.
Man.
Yeah.
That's the pleasures of just being your own boss too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get there one day, I promise.
You will.
I'm gonna work on it.
My goodness, you're working on it.
I'm trying.
Ain't nothing about me.
Tell us a little about the M City Community Softball.
Elm City Community Softball. Okay, so Elm City Community Softball started one summer. A lot of the community activists and neighborhood folk, we're into the underground and the youth. Okay, so we were helping the youth all summer long with different programs. Marcy Lynn Jones, okay, she's a community activist, and it was Arts and Idea time in New Haven, Connecticut. So and it was like events all over, in different sections of the city. So all of us, we did these things, we helped the kids and whatnot. And at the end of the summer, it was like, let's do. I said, well, let's do something for the adults. I said, and then Dexter, Big Dex, he has a barbershop down on Dixville Avenue in New Haven. He's bringing back unity in the community. So I said, Dexter, can we, if I start a softball team, can we get in on your ticket? Because back in the day, there was always a softball game going on at Unity in the community down at Gulf Street. So he says, yeah. So I got a team together, and we, it was like no rules because it was just adults, and we're older. I need replacements and everything, So if we hit the ball, we got little kids on the side that can run to the base, if you couldn't run.
Nice.
That's how it started, And then it was like, okay, well, I'm going to be moving to Florida, and thank you for... And then Twins, we call them Cousin Twins, he said, oh, no, we're going to keep this going. And they kept going, and they kept going, and I'm so proud of that, and they're still doing it. But now Timothy Jones, he does it now,
Wow.
So, but they're still doing it, and I'm so proud of them. We them boys.
Man, that
We
is
them
awesome.
boys.
It was only right for me to bring that up. I
Thank
mean, you wear so
Thank
many
you.
different hats, but
Yeah.
this was, I've never heard anybody ask you about, the softball thing, so
Yeah.
I wanted to be one of the,
Thank you.
the first to, ask you about that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sure they all grateful, that you was
Yeah, we had fun.
And that's awesome. You're also the COO and founder of the company WeConnect.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about WeConnect.
WeConnect.
And I noticed you got your WeConnect shirt on, for the
I'm here
people
to
out there.
represent, baby.
Okay.
Okay, so WeConnect started, like most things with women, starts over with a guy. Whether it's good or bad, it starts with a guy. Okay, and I met a guy, I was seeing a guy, and he owned his own entertainment thingy, and he owned, not owned, but he had DJs, he had a band, 2 bands, and but he never played directly in New Haven, but always in New England area, and so I got him a gig in New Haven. I was going to travel to see him. So, we started that. I got him a gig there, and then he did a local club and whatnot. And then you have people, and it's like, well, they call me Niecy because my name is Cheryl Denise. So, Niecy, do you know, what club or where can we have this? And then I get different questions, even from, especially from family members.
Mm-hmm.
And where can we have this? And what do you think? Like, I know everything, but I was home, and I grew up in New Haven, so in Newhallville. Hey, so
Shout out to New Haven.
yeah. So I had connections, and I said, you know what? And after a while, it was just continuing. I said, I'm gonna start me a company. I'm gonna call it WeConnect. Because I was always connecting, and I didn't mind. And then all of a sudden, I had these pop-ups coming up, and it was like, I'm gonna have a logo, and I wanted arrows, and then my niece, Erica Tucker, she lives in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and she was in graphic design school at Fayetteville Tech, and I said, design me a logo, and this is what she came up with. And so
Hey, I went to Pine Forest High School in Fayetteville.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So so she
Fayetteville
designed that,
Tech.
and what I do is I got mad love for the underground. There is so much talent out there, just waiting for a break, just waiting for a break, just if you could just hear them, you know.
Right.
And that's what Unity. Gainesville Unity Foundation, what we do, and that's what we did in New Haven. You just want to get them on stage. Somebody's going to hear them. So what I do is I put them on, I promote their promotion. I like to just feature them, but then it grew not just from artists. Well, there's always going to be an artist, but now I have authors and writers, and small businesses, black businesses, and things like that, So
Man, that's awesome. So that's that kind of what drew you to doing, the whole thing, just being able to put people together.
I do, and I do it up and down the East Coast. Because at first I was a snowbird coming from New Haven to Florida because I stayed here 6 months out of the year. So I met, and then my pit stop was Fayetteville. So I went from Newhallville to Fayetteville to Gainesville. I'm a villain. So that's how I met. I met some people in Fayetteville, and I promoted the Fayetteville Horizon semi-pro football team, Raymond Bradley.
Wow.
So it was cool. Elizabeth Smith. Is she there? Smith? L3 Brands, she's there. She's doing her thing, promoting. If we work together, help each other, it's cool. And then I come down here to Gainesville, and what was the question?
No, you're answering the question correctly.
Okay.
What drew you into, doing what you're doing?
This is what I like. I like helping out. I like showing people, showing their talents. So, yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I want to take a little break and just thank everybody that's on the live feed right now. Definitely continue to share, the live feed. On the Move with PK Shakur, we all the way live with my guest tonight, Miss Cheryl, Floyd Lucas. Of course, if you think you're being entertained, man, you ain't even
Wow.
It ain't even got started yet. Like for real.
Wow.
It ain't even got started yet.
Wow.
Much love.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Man, it just feels good just being in the building with good energy,
Yeah.
And I think Jerk and I had a conversation similar earlier where we were talking about just being around passionate people, like-minded people.
Yeah.
I one of the things you said earlier, Miss Cheryl, before, I don't know if I really cut you off, but I wanted to, totally agree with the fact that what got you started into doing it is just being able to see gifted and talented people and not just sit back and just say, they'll make it on their own, or they'll figure it out, or somebody will help them figure out.
Yeah.
I think that's extremely important.
Yeah. We got to share the love. And music is my passion. I can't sing a lick.
Right.
Until it comes to karaoke. I'm a Mariah Carey. Okay. Okay. But that's not what karaoke is about. So, but I and then I did DJing and whatnot.
Did I do karaoke?
I did. I was a KJ too. But I love music,
Right.
So when you hear that beat, when you know that beat, and like Key City Boy, like Kurt Duarte, Eugene Dowd, when you hear that beat, it's like, dang, sorry, it's like
You good?
That's good. I mean, so
Right.
you want to push it, you want everybody to hear it,
Absolutely.
What's wrong? Share it.
One of the things that I admire the most about, Miss Cheryl, is the fact that, you critique with your heart. There's times I've sent music, over to Miss Cheryl, and I wanted to almost do a drive-by on her because she was so brutally honest, you know what I'm saying? And I...
Well, don't ask.
But you know, no, I asked for that. You know what I mean? And we do have to be careful about some of the things and how we ask. You know, because if you're not wanting somebody to be honest or brutally honest, don't ask a brutally honest person. You know, bottom line.
Yeah.
I respect the heck that, you know, she helped me critique myself and my music because of the fact that I felt at the time I had some yes men around me where, you know, and I think we all have those, you know what I mean? Like everything you put out is, you know, it's gonna, yeah.
Right.
And just having someone, you know, another someone that tell me, nah, PK, that ain't it right there, you know. You know, it took me a little bit to get over it, but I got over it.
But you know what? But the first thing I always tell, because I'm some artists, you know, they send me to me, check this out. It's like, wait a minute, I ain't nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if I like it, I will put it on the Weekend X page. I'll put it on my promo page, and if I like it. But if it's dirty, if it's sucking something and doing something and calling the N-word, I don't do that. Right. I don't, you know. I mean, sometimes I can accept the N-word in some lyrics and whatnot, you know. I'm not a big advocate of that, but if it got a good beat and it's not a dirty word, you know, I like it. You know, because I like rap, I like trap, I like hip hop, you know. I'm Zulu, you know, so I like it.
Speaking of which, you know, have you worked with any local artists? When I say local, I don't want to give local a bad name, but local as in Gainesville or the surrounding.
Okay, so local artists, yeah, I have a list. No, now that brings me to Gainesville Unity Foundation. Every year, now we follow the schedule of the University of Florida's homecoming weekend, and we put on a show. Okay, but we do it with the help of the community, of the sponsors, of the vendors, you know. But, you know, back in the day when they had the parade and it would always end down at Bo Diddley or downtown, what they call downtown. And
this was before the COVID and the pandemic.
Oh, this is before Gainesville Unity Foundation. I'm talking back. You were a teenager. But back in the day, you know, you had the folk and they would go on their way, and then our folk would go back down to the east side, but they would end up at Citizen Field and, you know, Wayne Fields and you know, what was that? The radio station one.
WONE.
Okay, yeah.
Wild Bill.
Well, that's where they would,
Mr. Wayne Fields. Oh yeah, man.
Okay, and that's where we were in. Okay.
I stood on those guys' shoulders, man.
Yeah. And then it stopped. So Tara
Rodney Long
got together, and she got us together, and it pulled us in. Who's that? So now we got Captain Paris. You know, we got Tyrone Baker. We got Jamel Cheeseburg. We got Jamie Hart. We gonna get you back, Jamie. Okay. We got Ryan Pucker James. CJ, the coach down in CJ Hawkins, the coach Hawk, and myself. Oh God, I hope I didn't forget any of my people. But now we gather. We put out the broadcast. We're looking for talent. We had your people. We had you. You performed for us, so you know. And we go down to Bo Diddley or Citizen Field Park, and we just show off the local talent. So local talent, yeah, baby, yeah. You were one of our local talent. Your artist came and performed for us. Jay Drastic. Who's the local artist? Riri. I'm not supposed to remember all of these names, but that's why I made a list. But go ahead. But okay, go ahead.
No, actually, I'm glad you brought up, you know, the whole homecoming jam thing, because I think that it is a ginormous impact, you know, on the independent, you know, realm of artists, you know, and giving them an opportunity of doing, you know, their thing and expressing themselves not only in front of the local, you know, people, but in front of, you know, people that aren't as local, because there's people that come to that event from all over.
And you never know who's in the crowd.
Yeah,
you never know who's in the crowd. But you know, with that, you know, we are in connection or conjunction with Reverend Carl Anderson.
Okay.
Okay. ANTV, that's Victor. He runs Africa Unique Boutique, but he films us every year. He does our commercial. Community Impact Corporation, okay, the city of Gainesville, okay. So we did have, what is that? A lot of.
But iPhone needs to cool down.
Oh wow. So yeah. So we are big and growing now. Last year, naturally, 2020 was a bust, and we didn't do it.
It was.
But hopefully, we're gonna do it this year, and man, we coming back bigger, better.
Is the homecoming jam, is that something that you guys were doing? Like every year or just every other year?
Every year.
I know. I think I attend maybe two or three of the events.
Yeah.
And, it was awesome, amazing event.
Oh my God, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I gotta admit, I perform, and this is when you know that your A game ain't your A game when you think that because you performed in a bar or a venue that you're somebody until you get out there on that stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people. It's a totally different ball game.
Oh yeah.
I remember like the day before, I was all pumped up like, come on, I do this all the time, every week. I'm talking to you like I'm in Atlanta, I'm in Tallahassee, I'm in St. Pete, Tampa. I'm all in these different places, and I perform. So I just thought that this was going to be a breeze. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people know me anyway, so this would be a breeze. I remember when they called my name and I got ready to walk up on the stage. It almost felt like my legs just turned into spaghetti strings. The thing I shouldn't have done was looked out in the audience. And that just kind of, like...
What, you back down to you?
Yeah, that really brought me...
Because those bleachers were filled.
Absolutely. And now, but it also makes you appreciate, what a lot of the other artists, when we are sitting back at home looking at our television, and making fun of artists, like your majors or some independent majors that are up there performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah. And we think that this is easy. It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy, and I've never been, you know what I mean? Like, it gave me the most humbling experience. Okay. To like, I got to go back to, and repunt. You know what I mean? Like, where I thought, what I'm saying, that I was, I was a beast at this and I knew everything. No, it was definitely different. But it gave me, I'm thankful for that. Because it allowed me to grow. It gave me a different, it was like adding an extra notch in your belt loop. I was able to take from that particular day or event to go on, and now I'm more comfortable. Okay. Where I can perform in front of, more people than just in your, your local venues or club settings. That brings me to another question. When you guys put on these type of events, you guys with We Connect, do the artists reach out to you guys, or do y'all just send like a blasted promo type of thingy where they can get involved, or how to get involved? Yeah. Or is it just certain people that can?
No, we open it up we open it up. We put out the blast. Most of them, Tara Crawford James, she knows everybody. Right.
Shout out to Cheryl. Shout out to
yes, Miss Go Hard. Yeah, she knows a lot. So what happens is there's a list, there's so many artists. We got the gospel group, then we have the rap, then we have the regular singers, then we have poets, you have the dancers, and we fill the list, and that's it. We try to squeeze everybody in,
The reason why I asked that question is when I'm in Gainesville, I'm always running into Gainesville artists, musical artists, whether they're rappers, singers, entertainers, and they're always asking the question, man, what does the city do? Is there somebody that helps in the city? And that was another reason why I strategically wanted to bring you on the show. Okay. Because I wanted to let, a lot of these entertainers, a lot of these artists, a lot of these comedians know that there are people within the city, that are just as passionate about helping them out as they are passionate about their craft. You know, there's people like yourself. There's people like, you know, Jerk. There's the list goes on and on and on. But I think it's important, you know, to do shows like this where people can physically put, you know, a name with a face with a name, and know that there is help here, you know, in the city.
Now, Gainesville Unity Foundation, you know, we do more than just put on that show, because that's at the end of the year.
Right.
You know, we do scholarships, partial scholarships.
Oh, awesome.
Also,
Let's talk about it.
Okay, that was it. We do partial scholarships. We're not a big organization, so we can't give you a 4-year, you know, scholarship. But we do partial scholarship for seniors going into, you know. We do the book bag thingy. Okay. We gave out the Christmas baskets to the seniors. Okay. So we do some things. We do a lot of things in the community. Now we do the fundraising too. We're a nonprofit organization. We don't have much. So if you Jerk, PK, y'all want to leave a donation,
right?
You know, we always happy to take a donation.
Well, I'm always open to that. Definitely.
I have
just remind me.
y'all got electronic payment set up,
Yes, we do.
Facebook,
Yeah,
I mean PayPal, Cash App, all that.
Yeah.
No, let's shout it out for the people can. You don't got it on? All right, we can get it. We'll post it on the page or something like that.
Okay, please.
Cool,
I will get it to you.
Yeah, get that up.
I'll give you mine.
That's all right. Well, hey, I wouldn't have. Hey, whatever we got to do to get what we need to do. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
No, I wanted to plug it real quick.
Yes, because you know it all goes right back into the community. You know.
No doubt. I mean, definitely. Again, shout out to everybody that's watching the live feed tonight. Definitely shout out to any artist that's on the live feed. We're giving, you know, extremely good information out to anybody that, you know, is needing, you know, some help, that is looking for advice. I always want to be a steward. I don't want to be, the reason why I surround myself around people like these guys is I don't want to be that OG, you know what I mean? That's telling you that you can't do it. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't want to be that OG, you know, that's aware or privy to information. Radio stations like, you know, FLAHipHopRadio.com or WeConnects or all of these different plugs that, you know, and I just sit back and don't mention or acknowledge that, you know, to these people, or to the, you know, the people that's out in the audience. Again, there's just so much help.
But you know, what good is it gonna do to keep it to yourself and keep it in? You know what I mean? You know, the gents, they named their business the name of their business is so apropos. Crabs in a bucket. Yeah.
Right.
That's what a lot of people do. They see you going up, they're pulling you back down.
Do you feel that that's a true analogy?
Yeah.
Okay. I do too.
So shout out to the gents.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And no shout out to the crabs in the bucket. It's so unfortunate that, you know, that society and life sets up.
We're getting better.
Do you think that we're getting better as a whole, as a race, as a nation? What's your opinion on that?
Okay, next. I think we want to, but not everybody want to, and we're not united like that. You know?
I think it's easy. I think that we all, it doesn't matter where you're from, you know, I think we were all brought up with some sort of morality.
Yeah.
And I think that if we stuck to even a minute portion of the morality that was instilled with, you know, in us as a kid. Yeah, I don't need to know a person for years to know that they have great qualities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can be around a person and I can tell by their energy. And with that alone, just having a little bit of morality, I think that you do tend to do the right thing.
Yeah, but everybody don't carry that.
And that's, I agree with that. But what my point is it's not that complicated.
No, it's not.
Because I feel that it was something that was instilled in us.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like this juice that we're drinking. I could sit here and sip it, or I could sit here and drink it. You know what I mean? If I sip it, my morality, if it was liquid, it's still in the bottle.
Yeah.
If I sit here and drink it, and people tend to it's almost unfortunate that we get away from what we grew up, with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we shouldn't be as a whole, and that's the reason why if you look around, I'm a numbers person, I'm very analytical, but when I look around, it's embarrassing to know that a lot of our race is last. That's the most unfortunate thing. We got, the whites are winning and sticking together. The Hispanics are even sticking together. The Koreans, the Chinese, everybody sticks together. But you can go right on the other side of town and you can ask a person to give you 50 cents because you need, to make a phone call. That was back in the payphone days. But the moral of my story is you're less likely to get it.
Yeah. Well, you will for me. I'm trying to get out of that suckerness, but yeah. I'm trying to get in my no season. But I do know what you're saying because so many people have grown out of that. What they were taught as a child, their morals and manners, and now all of a sudden, they took that laugh, and now it's me, my, I.
Right. Right.
Kill or be killed. It's survivor mode.
I was watching an interview just the other day. I think it was like last week, and I won't call any names on the interview, but one of the things that were brought up is about support. And I was looking at the interview like, man, support don't cost a thing. I don't understand why it's so complicated or so impossible for somebody to support you. Especially when it's free. Even if I had to pay for it, you know what I'm saying, I would still probably be interested in paying for it. You know what I mean? Like if but again, I don't I think I'm maybe I'm probably a little bit beyond the stage of this isn't normal no more. You know what I mean? Like we grew up, we understand what normal is.
Yeah.
Where, if you wash my back or I wash your back. You know what I mean? But I think now it's all about, that who could, if I help this person, they may beat me to the race or to the finish line faster.
So Jerk, what's that? There's a lyric. You always, what is this? You hoping I win, but no, you what is, okay,
No. I remember something's little.
You wishing me well, but hope I lose. What is that?
Praying on my downfall.
Praying on my downfall. That's it. But
exactly.
I can't get my head around it though. Like I'm not even from. Of course, everybody that knows me I'm not originally from Gainesville, but I rep Gainesville as if I was born and raised here. I support the artists here in Gainesville. Like I'm personal friends with them. And I think that collectively, this is how, I'm not saying everybody should think like me. I'm not saying everybody should have the same morals nor the same integrity principles. But what I am saying is it's necessary to have a company like We Connects because you believe. It's companies like FLA, Hip Hop Radio, because they believe. There's a lot of artists that never would have had a chance to been in the studio or had their music spent if it wasn't for a Jerkins. There's people that have never would have been on a platform of a stage if it wasn't for a Cheryl Floyd Lucas. And just imagine if that's the people that you help, the people that Jerk helped, the people that I help, if we all had a similar mind frame, that it's okay to help. You know what I mean? I think that we all will progress.
Yeah, that's true.
And maybe I'm wishing for something that, you know what I'm saying? All I can do is speak my truth. All I can do is speak how I think where it shouldn't be as complicated as we complicate it. So, you brought up something about artists in Gainesville. How was that? When you work with the artists here in Gainesville.
It was good. Every now and then you get that one that's a diva. Okay, but it was good. It was smooth, But that brought me to the story of you.
Right.
You did a lot of shows. You're always working. You did a lot of shows in the surrounding areas, surrounding towns, surrounding Georgia, Alabama, and places. But you never did a show in Gainesville. And then I introduced you to some people, club owner who Miss Faye down at Mama's Club. You know, you had some things there. Basco.
She's on the live right now.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Faye.
Hey, Miss Faye. Happy birthday, Miss Faye.
Definitely.
Okay.
This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
Oh,
truth.
yeah. I introduced you, and then you put on some shows. And what was the name of Basco's Club down there, the Old Players Club? But anyway, I introduced you, and then
Every occasion? Was it all occasion? Every
No.
At Basco's place?
Yeah,
I thought it was every occasion.
Anyway, East University. But anyway, then you know, because you had a couple of shows there. But you know, when I met you, you didn't do anything in game. And then I entered that. See, that goes back to my original story about that cat I was seeing in New Haven, who never did shows in New Haven. So that's kind of like what I.
This is another reason why I brought Miss Cheryl on, not just because I wanted to, you know, embrace what she do and let everybody knows what she does and how her platform can help other artist platforms, but again, the brutal honest, you know, honesty that she brings. She is right. I didn't want to, you know, of course, I didn't want to tell my story because it's not all about me, but she's right. I did shows all around. And I know there's going to be people that's probably going to dislike what I'm about to say. The reason why I had to work around Gainesville is because when I moved to Gainesville, and it goes back to the love thing, I felt that, you know, I reached out. One of the things that I did respectfully is I wanted to meet, you know, the artist that was here, you know, in the community. I wanted to meet the people that had the voices. I wanted to talk to. I wanted to be a part.
Yeah.
You know, and because it's almost like when I was in the streets before this whole music thing and before I got my life in order, the last thing you want to do is go in somebody's territory and open up shop.
Right.
You know, so I respectfully wanted to let everybody know, but then I kind of got the door slammed in my face every opportunity. And Miss Cheryl is one of the people, if not the person besides Miss Faye, that gave me an opportunity and say, boy, get in here.
Yeah.
You know, and she allowed me to do shows. She allowed me to perform in front of, you know, the audience and the fan base that I have here now in the city of Gainesville. And I can't say I completely wouldn't have that fan base if it wasn't for them, but I can say that I probably wouldn't have had nowhere near the Gainesville fan base if it wasn't for them. So I am super grateful, you know, for that.
That's just
Blessings.
Yeah. Everybody got to eat.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there any artists in Gainesville that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
I don't do artists. I promote. I don't do. I'm not that person. You know. Is there any artists that you want to work with? Because I don't do that. You get it?
But you connect the people together.
I connect people to it. You know what? They can email me or they inbox me and say, "Where is there a quality recording studio?"
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I said in the Black Paradise, Blunt. You know what I mean? Or Colorado down in Alachua. Who doing what do you call it? Videos and things. All TV, you know, Rico Television. This is what I do. I connect. Right. I like to connect people, and then I step back. I'm out of it.
Right.
I don't like to work.
So have you ever sat home at your house and there's somebody that you've probably met either directly or indirectly and said, man, I wouldn't mind, you know, helping them out. Is there anybody that's kind of gave you that? Man.
Yeah, I got a list. Where's this list?
That's what I meant about. Is anybody that you would want to?
No. I mean, it's just the artists that I put on my I just got mad love for the underground. You know, it's all about the beat. You know, and I mentioned him before, Karan, Key City Boy. I love his music. I love Kurt DeWart. You know, he got some. You know, some people are just lyrical geniuses. You know what I mean? It's like, damn. You know, I mean, like Andre Luck Kennedy. He was good. I say was. He's still alive, but I haven't listened to him, you know, in a while. Right. But I also like the poets, you know, like Ambrose and Leah, Ambrose Cavender, and Leah Hayes, and then our first black laureate,
East Stanley Mistress.
E. Stanley Richardson. Yeah.
Actually, Leah Hayes hosting a show on this station.
Yeah. See,
What's Poppin' Gainesville? So shout out to her.
Really?
And shout out to Ambrose too.
Shout out, okay, because see, this is what I like to do. I'm not just stuck on that artist, them singers, you know. I like the whole gimmick.
The whole thing,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah. I don't have a specialty. I like to step in.
Sounds like you-
give me my 2 cents and then step out and watch
You
it.
sound like PR.
PR promo weekend.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like to me, PR. Yeah.
And that's exactly.
Which that's your talent is bringing people together.
And then you know what? When I get paid, it's what good. You know, one time.
Thank God.
somebody
Thank
insulted
God
me,
for
she
you.
said, oh well, that's just a hobby. I
Right.
said, well, I tried to tell that to the IRS.
Yeah.
I said, no. You know, so, please don't say it was a hobby.
That's real. This is a legitimate business.
Right, right. Isn't it funny? Somebody tries to coin.
Oh my God, you know what I mean?
Or you even coin.
I said, you know, just Google me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a few people that you are extremely proud of too here in the city of Gainesville and surrounding. I think I've had several conversations with you about them. You know, you wanna shout those people out.
T. Whitey, I'm extremely proud of him. You know, when
Shout out to T. Whitey. I was just at with T. Whitey. This was last month, I think it was. They did a jam, basketball jam with rappers or something like that.
Okay.
It was
yeah,
hot. It was
okay,
hot.
yeah. Well, I do have some shout outs, but T. Whitey is an artist that I remember as a skinny kid. You know, well, I can't say kid. He was probably in his early 20s, and Miss Go Hard. All roads go back to Tara, but she had the artist
The award show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I was the red carpet host. I interviewed everyone on coming through the door on the red carpet, and that was a contest, and I won. But so I met him there, and I met a lot of local artists there too. But I remember him because he had that grill. Just like, you know what I mean? He was a skinny kid and hair was all out here.